Well, I got myself something here. I've always wanted one of these. It's a swing arm bag, and I'm going to make a hard mount bracket for this to mount on the bike, because I don't want to cut holes in the back here and strap it to the swing arm with the supplied Velcro straps or strips, whatever. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bracket, and I'm going to hard mount it to the bike. So here we go. Now, as you can see, this is where it's going to sit, just like that. I'll mount it right there, roughly, kind of like that. And what my plan is I want to utilize these two holes right here. This is what the foot peg was mounted on. So I removed the foot peg. It's just two 12mm bolts. And this is going to be my mounting point. What I've done is I've made a template, and this will be bolted to the back of the bag in 3 spots, maybe 4. We'll see how that goes when I get there. And this is where I'm going to drill a couple of holes and mount it to where the foot peg was originally located. So this piece will be sitting on there like that, with a slight bend and then a bend like that. And by doing that, it keeps the bag from hitting any of this, and this can travel. This can go up and down all at once and not interfere with the bag. I'm going to use this piece of metal. I don't know what the hell this is, an old cookie sheet or something. I'm really not sure what it was, but it is thick. It's aluminum, quite thick. So I'm going to cut this and make a mounting plate out of it. I'll trace this piece out, and I'll cut all this best I can with the table saw, with this cutting wheel, and this thing will cut stainless steel. So we'll see how it goes. Always wear your safety glasses, and in this case I'm also going to wear some hearing protection. It's probably going to be as loud as hell. That went pretty good. Christ, the piece is still hot. So, what turned out to be a really good way to do was to like score it from the underside, not cut all the way through because I couldn't get in there with that. And then I just bent it until it snapped off. It all worked out really slick. Didn't take long to cut through all this. And some pretty thick stock, man. This is I think it'll make a great backing plate. So now I just got to finish the rest of this on the grinding wheel. Do some nice finished edges and clean that up. And then I'll put some bends in here. I'll put 2 bends, one there and one around, actually one here and one here, I think. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to show you why you don't want to make it out of aluminum. This is like an 1/8 inch thick piece, and check this out. You can see it. It is so soft. Look at this. You know, and when the bag's on there, even worse. And it bends. It's just too soft. I mean, you would have to have a very thick piece of aluminum. So, plan B. I'm gonna make it out of steel, and I really don't have the means to bend thicker steel, so I'm going to go down to a sheet metal shop, my local sheet metal shop, and get the guys down there to make me up a bracket. But they got a nice template. This will work perfect for them. The swing arm is kind of arched. I'm just going to get a bit of an arch in this bracket where it gets bolted onto the frame. So I'm going to take this off. Hopefully I can get my hand back there and do this. It's not going to be easy. Okay, first hole is drilled. We'll get this going nice. Tighten this one up. And this will allow me to mark exactly where I want the next hole. Okay, now I've got these two holes are just dead on perfect. Almost zero tolerance, so when it is on the bite, man, this doesn't even move even with the bolts not tight. So that was a bitch, those two. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to line this bracket up with the swing arm bag exactly where I want it, and I've already done all that. So I'm going to drill 3 holes, and then I'll bolt the bag to the plate and then mount the plate to the bike, and that will be the end of it. Well, short of painting it up. Paint it up, I don't know if I'm going to do a gloss black or a matte black. We'll see what happens. And I got 3 of these bolts, nice and flat, so when you put them on, nice little, let's see here, just to show you how low profile that is. I don't know if you can see it. So I've actually taped it in place exactly where I want it, marked out the holes, and I'll drill them and mount it. Bag is bolted on. Solid, man. Look at that. And now you can see why I didn't want to use the aluminum one. The steel is much more rigid. Yeah, live and learn, eh? Live and learn. So, should take her out for a spin. Let's try a little test drive and see how it reacts. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hit her with some primer. Okay, I'll let that dry, sand it, and then we'll give her probably 2 coats of this Krylon matte black. I love this big flat, kind of it's almost a quarter size, I guess about a quarter sized head on it. And what I did is I rounded off the shoulders. I don't know if you can see it on the grinder, so they sit in the hole, kind of bind in there, so when you tighten it up they don't spin, they just kind of stick in there. So I want to get a little coat of paint on those too. Here's the finished plate. So we're going to get this mounted on the bag. Like that. These are 7/16 nylock nuts. I'm just going to throw a washer on. I think the matte black paint actually turned out really good. I like it. That's it. Looks pretty good. When you're riding down the road, it's actually part of the frame and nothing to do with the swing arm, so nothing's in the way. It's awesome. So there you go. That's my swing arm mount, hard mount. Worked out pretty slick. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and as always, take it easy.